Tonight on CTV, taste buds may be questioned after you hear what the Entomology Club cooked up and learn about the new COVID testing policy put on by CSU.
Then, one Old Town venue may make for the perfect date, as well as a deep dive into men's basketball leading up to the upcoming Border War game.
All that and more on CTV starting now.
Good evening, Rams. I'm Kenneth Frederick.
And I'm Ren Wadsworth. Thank you for joining us tonight.
As of yesterday, CSU is no longer requiring weekly mandatory saliva testing for students and faculty. In an email sent out yesterday, President McConnell said that the university was at a 1% positivity rate, making the saliva test no longer necessary. Combined with the rising number of people who are vaccinated, there is hope for a maskless campus on the horizon. Now, we wait for Larimer County case rates to fall below substantial levels before the university will take away the mask mandate. But with saliva testing no longer required, what can Rams do for testing? Starting sometime this week, Rams will be able to take voluntary antigen testing, which can tell whether you have the antibodies for a specific virus. The university will let students know when they can test again after the cold front passes and screening pods are no longer closed.
If you travel just east of CSU's campus, you may want to take alternative routes as a major street will be closed for more than a month. Libby Koi Way, also known as East Drive, will be under construction until April 29th for a waterline installment under the road. The majority of the road will be closed to both cars and bicycles except for southbound traffic from Edison Drive to West Pitkin Drive. A map provided by CSU Source shows the closures and detour routes for pedestrians, bicycles, and cars. Parking will not be allowed on the street during the construction period. However, sidewalks on Libby Koi plan to be open to foot traffic.
Declining school enrollment across the state led Fort Collins West Middle School to close its doors. Chief Executive Administrator for Colorado Early Colleges, Sandy Brown, said that consolidating the school with another school in northern Colorado was a proactive measure. It will allow students to benefit from a larger program and expanded opportunities, both for curriculum and extracurricular activities. The plan as it stands involves students and staff to merge with either the Colorado Early Colleges Windsor campus, online school, or the other Fort Collins location.
Colorado State University celebrated the induction of a new chapter to the school's campus that plans to encourage innovation. The National Academy of Inventors, or NAI, has over 700 establishments across the nation dedicated to supporting research in higher education. The new chapter aims to be an inclusive organization that welcomes anyone affiliated with CSU to engage with NAI. The introduction of this group hopes to enable students and faculty to get help to solve problems at the school and in the world. The inaugural meeting for the NAA was held earlier this morning via Zoom, but can also be found at the chapter's website, csuventures.org/NAI chapter.
The proposed plastic bag ban from the 2020 ballot will take effect starting on May 1st. Grocers will then sell paper bags for customers that don't have reusable ones. Residents will no longer be able to use the plastic bags that we use in our everyday shopping. If someone doesn't have a reusable bag, they'll have to pay a 10-cent fee per paper bag, with the city receiving the majority of the profit. But the council has more changes on the horizon for the ban. After Fort Collins has some time to adjust, the council wants to make plastic bags banned from most stores and restaurants starting in 2024. This would change the need for reusable and paper bags from a grocery need to an everyday necessity. Small chains with 3 or fewer locations won't be hit as hard as larger companies. If a business's locations are all in-state, they will be exempt from the ban. Residents that wish to continue using plastic bags will have to look into smaller local businesses that won't be affected come May.
One of the top 10 killers of Americans is present here at Colorado State University: diabetes.
Producer Lee Medley got the inside scoop on how CSU is tackling these issues head-on.
The Kendall Reagan Nutrition Center is a branch of CSU's Food Science Human Nutrition Department. So we are like an outreach branch here on campus. We're located in the Health and Medical Center. The National Diabetes Prevention Program, first and foremost, it's considered a lifestyle change program. It's not a weight loss program. And so lifestyle change, we're talking about behavior change. Behavior change is really hard. And that's why this program is designed to last the duration of a full year. So there are actually 26 classes that span over the course of a full year. We use a Centers for Disease Control curriculum, and we're actually recognized by the CDC for having an effective program. So it is a research-based, evidence-based program, whereas there's a lot of health programs out there that don't have that research backing. It's so much more than just eat this, don't eat that, follow this plan, but actually opening up a conversation with a dietitian, realizing how food is just tied into so much mind, body, and spirit. It can be really surprising to people to see the depth of healing that can occur through nutrition counseling.
With prediabetes affecting 1/3 of Americans, the Kendall Reagan Nutrition Center hopes to bring change within the community.
With temperatures not reaching above freezing until after Friday, the county is setting up emergency shelters for Fort Collins residents to use. Shelters will be open tonight, tomorrow, and Thursday night, with day shelters being open through Friday. Catholic Charities will be sheltering women and families, and the Rescue Mission will be housing men during the cold front. Lotteries for beds at the Rescue Mission will be held at 3 in the afternoon each day. Those who don't access overnight shelters are able to use the Murphy Center at 242 Conifer Street during the day. Transport will be operating regularly with stops at the shelters located on routes 8 and 81. I don't know, but I'm really glad to hear that there's going to be optional shelters because it's getting dangerously cold out there, Kenny.
I went to school this morning with wet hair and it was hurting my head, just the freezing down to the roots.
Oh my gosh, I could not imagine trying to go to school with wet hair, but yeah, it's cold enough that it packs a punch. It hurts to breathe. It's so cold sometimes.
I'm literally walking around campus with my gloves on because my fingers are just freezing off.
Yeah, I know. I don't think it's been this cold in Colorado for a little bit.
All this talk about horrific temperatures makes me a little bit concerned. I hope that we can see some snow or at least a little bit of sunshine too. Krista, do you have any quick information or updates for us before we hit the break?
Well, Kenny, unfortunately, I think that I am also going to have to keep bringing my gloves around just like you did because we do have some colder weather continuing to come up in the next couple days. I have all that and more for you after the break.
Welcome back from the break, Rams.
Larimer County has made a program that decreases the dramatically prohibitive long wait times for inmates to receive mental health treatment. When a criminal defendant in Colorado is found incompetent to stand trial, they are funneled into the same inpatient hospital. Due to this, almost 800 people are sitting in county jails statewide, waiting for even an initial mental health evaluation. It can take further months or even years for court-ordered treatment to become available at limited facilities. Larimer County is now allowing defendants to complete a competency docket, giving them the ability to treat defendants with local community resources. This allows many of the 44 people sitting in Larimer County's jail waiting for help to receive it outside of custody, while still completing their mandatory restoration.
When you think of an afternoon snack, insects may not be the first thing that comes to mind. But Colorado State University's Entomology Club is attempting to change the way the world thinks about bugs and eating them.
Eating insects may sound like torture to some people, but CSU's Entomology Club is attempting to show the school the benefits that eating bugs can bring.
Came up with the idea of a taco night. It just kind of is more fun with the theme, and then also it's a little bit easier, I think, to think about eating bugs as part of a familiar food that we already have, rather than just the raw insects themselves.
Entomophage, or the ingestion of insects, is a popular cultural practice in many parts of the world except for the West. Additionally, eating bugs has several health and ecological benefits from it. However, the trend has not taken off in the U.S. yet.
The goal is to just make eating insects more of a socially acceptable thing. And so I feel like if you provide a lot of options, you're more likely to get a good wider target audience. So we have grasshoppers, and we have basil and curry, salt and pepper mealworms, and then we have a bunch of crickets. We have sriracha, sour cream and onion.
While some students were just happy for the free food, and others were excited by the new challenge, the event packed the room to potential new insect lovers.
It's definitely a good experience to try, and the only place you could do it is here.
CSU's Entomology Club has semester-long events that relate to entomophage and are meant to educate students about the world of insects.
All right, Ren, you've convinced me about the nutritional value of these insects. Can you tell me that they tasted good?
You know, I did have a taco myself, and I didn't notice any of the bugs in it while I was eating. Just a little bit of a crunch, and they were really spicy. I had some sriracha crickets, so there was a bit of a kick to them. No pun intended.
Is it true that they taste pretty much just like chicken?
Again, I couldn't really taste them besides the spice, so maybe if I just ate them on their own, they would.
Fair enough. Some may see coffee as a necessity, and the residential dining services agree. To feed those cravings, dining services employees will host a caffeine cart at different residence halls each week. The service will be free of charge, and residents are welcome to use it at their leisure. The service will start this Thursday, where it will be available in the lobby of Allison Hall and the Academic Village the following week. If you depend on coffee to get you through the day, this may be the perfect opportunity for you.
Boulder County was greatly impacted by the Marshall Fire at the beginning of 2022, and a benefit concert is attempting to help the community regrow. The entirely virtual concert is set for 7 on Monday night. The event is estimated to encompass over 2 hours of music with pre-recorded songs only released for the concert. The benefit will be streamed on the platform Veeps, which aims for a direct-to-fan experience. All proceeds from the virtual event will go to the Community Foundation of Boulder's recovery effort. Tickets and more information can be found at marshallfirebenefit.veeps.com. I've been to a lot of concerts in my life, but never a virtual concert. How about you, Kenny?
I've seen a few of my friends like recitals on Zoom, and I mean, it's pretty enjoyable if you have like a nice headset. But.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like I'd miss out on that in-person experience. So hopefully Veeps, it sounds like it's a different kind of streaming, so hopefully they can do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Very different from a rave, I imagine.
Yeah.
A wonderful music concert is not the only thing in the Fort Collins community has to offer. How about music, art, and food?
Abby McPhail joins us live with more on this exciting venue. Abby?
Thanks, guys. Although Valentine's Day is behind us, you may still be looking for new date ideas. This week, I checked out Pinots Palette in Old Town to see what they had to offer.
Founded in 2009 in Houston, Texas, Pinots Palette offers group painting classes along with beverages for groups of all ages.
So my husband and I really wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day. So coming here tonight, this kind of gave us a special way to spend time together. Coming here is really a treat. So we like coming here because the atmosphere is really relaxed, and we feel like the way that the lessons are kind of taught are meant for everybody, so it's accessible regardless of your previous skill level, or to someone like me who never really got into art. I feel like I can sit down and I can paint something that's comparable to someone else who maybe has been really into it. My husband was super into art and painting in high school, so I think this brings him back too.
The easy-to-follow lessons and relaxed atmosphere has made this a go-to spot for Headland.
So my favorite part about coming here is definitely the instructors are always really nice, and everyone kind of helps you out. I feel like when you come here, no one's judging you either, so that makes it definitely a place that I like to go to.
Personally, I think it's time I brush up on my art skills. But if you're looking to paint the town on your next date night, Pinots Palette could be the place for you. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Abby. And with that, Rams, we come to the end of our news show for tonight.
But don't clock out just yet. We've got Emily Kozel up next with all you need to know coming from the world of sports. Stick around.